个好人是什么感受？便是觉着这世间无一不好，无一不善内心，坦坦荡荡，无所愧疚，生来欢喜，死亦无愧。
85% are in HDB homes. We intend to keep the values of these homes up. It will never go down because it will be renewed, the surroundings will improve, and as Singapore prospers, GDP goes up, the value of the homes will go up.
Well, everybody has a car.
How many cars do you have?
I have two. My wife drives one, I drive one. We're both professionals. We need to travel. Please do not give me any sympathy votes. I do not need sympathy.
It is important that we continue to explore ways to keep our seniors healthy for as long as possible. Aging, however, is not all gloom and doom. If we are able to create opportunities for seniors to stay healthy and connected to the community and to delay the onset of frailty, we can do this through developing multidisciplinary solutions to maximize the number of years lived in good health and a state of well-being. This would enable people to contribute to society for as long as they can and in whatever ways they choose to.
Our fellow Singaporeans are also impacted. Let me share an email I received, or some ministers received, from a Singaporean of Indian ethnicity. And this is what he wrote. And I quote, "Due to such ESE campaigns..."
I also need to state up front that we also shouldn't go to the extent where, you cannot make the poor rich by sort of making the rich poor.
Cotton. We don't have too many ships in Singapore to produce cotton.
So you need to bring your own pail. Put this on one of our water trucks and go out there. Right. What's your I won the place in the car already. Yeah, I took it. I picked in the car.
I totally agree with you. I do not like to see seniors having to work unless they wanted to. And actually, every constituency has the capability to make sure we don't see this. And I want to encourage everyone to do so.
OK， 不错啊 ，OK 啊，准备好了没有？好，大家起，4、8，记得哈，是哪一只脚踢？左脚哈 ，OK。好，大家起，4、8，很大，left right left right left right left， 大声点 ，left right left right left， 来，左右左右左右左左右左右，哦。还不错啊，没有丢脸啊。OK， 好，来自己掌声鼓励鼓励。Very good.
And join in the ceremony. And what's really special is, oh my goodness!
Look at this distinguished gentleman.
Photobomb her. Hi everyone.
Thank you for visiting.
Oh, you are visiting or I am visiting?
It's the one and only Digo Double.
It's very special because, especially after 2 years of COVID, to have an event like this, and tomorrow is DOSCON Green.
Oh yes,
so
absolutely.
It's a great celebration and a great way to get into a new phase.
And actually, this temple is situated on a really special street. Not so far away, we have a mosque. Yes. And then we have a Methodist church.
Yep.
And then the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple.
Absolutely.
Isn't that something special?
It is, and for this temple as well, even in the preparations for this event, in the fundraising and various other things, not just Hindus or Indians, but many from other ethnicities and other religious groups have supported.
Absolutely. They actually come and help us as volunteers too.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
All the best.
All right.
And thanks
Take
a lot.
Take care.
Thanks.
See you.
Take care.
Have a great weekend.
Bye. See you guys.
This is a duty to the country. It's not a form of employment. Instead of a salary, NSF receive an allowance to support the basic personal upkeep.
It's called psychological pay.
Oh, okay.
Meaning that when you do something, you don't necessarily get paid in monetary terms, but you get psychological pay.
Guess who I bumped into this morning?
Sorry.
Happy Thanksgiving.
everyone. So wait for the party leadership to advise.
Sorry. So, not to answer the question. Mr. Gunn?
People can say own self, check own self, but it is a virtue. I see it always as a virtue. If own self cannot check own self, you're in big trouble.
As I was walking about in the late evening, walking back to my office, a middle-aged father in a very interesting device, a motorized skate scooter, with a daughter riding in front of him, reading a book, was riding past me. He literally jumped off the skate scooter, stopped me in my tracks, grabbed my arm, and said to me, "Mr. Ng, you must do the right thing." Of course, in that sojourn, I was slightly taken aback. And I asked him, "Yes, what right thing would you like me to do?" This gentleman is a taxi driver. He told me he does not have a high income, he does not have high academic qualifications. But he would like to tell me that, "Mr. Ng, the PAP cannot do what others are promising. Giving away this, giving away that, and even giving free money away." He knows that this is not sustainable. He pointed to his 8-year-old daughter, if I remember the name correctly, Shannon, and say that I do not want my daughter to grow up in a first world country and in one generation end up in old age in a third world country. He looked at me with all seriousness and pleaded with me, "Mr. Ng, do the right thing, no matter how tough." I looked at him in the eye and I told him, "Yes, sir, I will do the right thing, no matter how tough."
现在的70岁等于以前的50岁或者60岁了，所以以前50岁必须工作，现在70岁应该尽量找工作。
Lee Siu Lan. How old is she? She's 91. She's still working as a cleaner in Red Hill Market. How did she get the job? She was friends with the hawkers. Hawkers introduced her to the cleaning contractor. So courtesy of NTUC's job redesign program, proper equipment, trolleys, garments and so on, so she's productive. So she told us, she says, she didn't tell me this, she told Sam Khan this. She says, officially she earns $800, but actually she moonlights a little bit. Helping out hawkers cut vegetables, jaga the stock.
And therefore, we have to grow the economy and create jobs for Singaporeans. And for all the people, and not just jobs, but good jobs, and jobs which will let you raise your incomes and do better for your families. And that's what we have succeeded in doing. And that is why this year the NWC can recommend higher total wage increases. That is what the PAP means when we say we care for the people and we will look after you. What would make you need to raise GST? Profligate spending and irresponsible, unsustainable plans. That is what will hurt and require you to raise taxes, including the GST.
are in HDB homes. We we intend to keep the values of these homes up. It will never go down because it will be renewed, the surroundings will improve, and as Singapore prospers, GDP goes up, the value of the homes will go up.
Someone, our foreign finance minister, pointed out 75% of the GST was paid by foreigners and the higher income families. For the lower income families, for every $1 they paid in GST, they got back $5 from the government. GST is a tax mostly paid by the well-off and is used to help the less well-off.
What would make you need to raise GST? Profligate spending and irresponsible, unsustainable plans. That is what will hurt and require you to raise taxes, including the GST.
Sorry. So, not to ask you that question, Ms. Indrani.